Welcome to Talkin Tigers. I'm Rachel Whittaker. LSU basketball is now 2-1 in SEC play, and here to talk about it is LSU beat writer Randy Rosetta. Well, Randy, LSU's two conference wins over Georgia and Ole Miss haven't come easy by 3 and 4 points against Georgia and Ole Miss, but in the process, Tim Quarterman and Keith Hornsby have had breakout efforts.
Yeah, you're right. And Frank Martin, the South Carolina coach, said this the other day. Besides the games involving Kentucky, I think you're going to see a lot of these games in the SEC like this where it goes down to the wire and it's just tooth and nail. And it helps to have guards who can make plays at the end. I would throw Josh Gray in there as well. Spoke to Texas A&M coach Billy Kennedy, who the Tigers play on Saturday, and he made a good point. He said that you know what LSU is going to get from Martin and Mickey. You know those guys are good. But what has made LSU special is how their guards have played. And that's a pretty monumental statement when you think about it. And you mentioned Hornsby and Quarterman. Those two have kind of put the team on their back in these last two games. Keith Hornsby had 20 points in the second half at Ole Miss, hit every big shot, made every big play down the stretch, and you could just plug in Tim Quarterman's name in that regard against Georgia in the first overtime, and then he came through with big plays in the second overtime. Josh Gray has played a little bit of a complementary role to them, and I say that, but he's had 29 points and 16 assists in 2 games. So those 3 guys, and you can even maybe throw in freshman Jalen Patterson, who's played a nice role as well. Those 4 guards, what they've done offensively, but especially defensively the last few games, is what has kind of gotten LSU headed back in the right direction.
Right, getting a lot of contributions from a lot of different players. And you mentioned Josh Gray. He had 10 assists on Wednesday, and that was the most by a Tiger in a game since 2012. And here's Coach Johnny Jones talking after.
You're able to see that our perimeter guys are very capable of making plays in a big-time way, which Keith showed tonight. And other guards, I thought Josh did an excellent job of Keith knocking down 5 threes. Was big for us. They were able to do that in our last game as well. Post guys didn't have to be as effective from the field. Tonight they were effective from the field. I thought it was a balance across the board, which allowed us to have the success we had here tonight.
And next up, of course, is Saturday at home against Texas A&M, 11 a.m., bright and early at the PMAC. And the Aggies are looking for their first road win of the season. So we're looking for another good matchup for the Tigers. Randy, thanks so much.
Anytime, Rachel.
And thank you for watching Talkin' Tigers. Have a great weekend, and I'll be back Tuesday.